Hello guys, thank you so much again for stopping by my channel. I'm Juan from Juan and Rebecca Photography. I'll leave my link and website down below and my email, so that way you can ask me any questions after this video if you have, or you can just leave a comment. What I wanted to start off with was just an apology for not, posting up any videos lately or recently. Just life has been, busy with school, the holidays. Even though it's February, still recovering. Yeah, we're starting school, starting new jobs, starting new, activities at church and things like that. And life can get pretty busy, along with the business, that always keeps us busy. But thank you so much again, guys, for responding and leaving comments on one of my last videos, the Mamiya 645 video specifically. And what I wanted to do today was give a response to some of the comments, which really was like a lot of the comments. A lot of you asked, hey, can you shoot a video and show us some examples of what kind of picture you can get out of this 645? And a lot of you already gave great reviews on this camera, and so some of you may know what you can get, but for those of you that don't, I wanted to do this video just to show you what kind of pictures you can get. But again, I'll remind you that the quality of pictures that you'll get vary on several things, like your exposure, how you expose the film, right? Every time you expose the film differently, whether you overexpose it or underexpose it, you'll get different results if you push it or pull it. Another thing is lens choice. Sometimes the lens that you put in front of your camera is really what's holding you back. You want to get good sharp, not sharp, nice Mexican problems. Good sharp glass on it with that renders bokeh really nicely. And you might like, buttery bokeh, or you might like hard bokeh. Everything's a preference here. And then also, your subject and setting, and your light, as far as your where you have your subject standing, or what kind of light you want in the camera. Think of your frame as a canvas. You can put whatever you want on it, but as photographers, we have to think backwards. We have everything on our canvas, and we need to take things out that we don't want in there and put things in that we do want in there. And so let me just give you some examples. This first one I took, it was of a bridal session that I did at the ranch at San Patricio here in Texas. And it was the bride was beautiful. She was a very lovely bride, and I shot this with the Mamiya 645 Super, and I want to say it was Fuji 400H. I mean, the greens just kind of screamed that out. And I overexposed it. I want to say by 1 or 2 stops. I'm not the film photographer that writes down his settings, so more or less right there, because that's kind of my preference. I like to overexpose Fuji 400H. And then this next one is really just a portrait of her, of that subject. So I mean, just look at how the bokeh is rendered. It's that lens on it, the one that comes with the 80mm f2.8 that comes with it. It's really nice. It's a really nice lens. It's pretty sharp. And then also the bokeh is what I'm in love with. It could be as sharp as a butter knife, and the bokeh is beautiful. To me, that's just my preference. You might have a different one, and that's okay. Everyone's different. This next one is of my little brother. He was fixing to go to school. It was a bright afternoon, and I told him, hey, stand outside, and he actually stood in the door frame. So just to show you also a little bit of the dynamic range that you get with film. For the most part, if I would have shot digital, his whole front half would have been like completely underexposed, and I would have had to, in Lightroom or Photoshop, bring that up, and then the background would be out, it would be dead. And so yeah, I mean, just look again how the bokeh is rendered. It's a pretty sharp lens. And going on to this next one, we were at the bank, and I told Rebecca, hey, stand right here, because I really like the architecture of this building. And so I used the architecture to my advantage. And I guess I'm not an architectural photographer, but yeah, I shot her, and she was looking off to the side. Again, notice the dynamic range. I mean, it's just amazing how the highlights are retained and how the shadows are just perfect. And I want to say this was Kodak Ektar also. So Kodak Ektar is kind of used for landscape photography. We personally like it for portrait photography, only because it's very vivid, and of course you have to be very careful. But I mean, just look at this picture. You know, Rebecca's kind of a darker person. She has a little bit of an orange tone to her. I hope she doesn't get mad at me for saying that. But it renders her skin very beautifully. You know, it doesn't make her oversaturated or anything like that. This next picture is one of our friends that we shot at San Antonio. I think the place was called the Japanese Tea Gardens, and very beautiful bride again. And it was around sunset time, and so maybe even twilight time here, because I don't remember seeing the sun too much in this moment. But again, just look at the bokeh. It's just really beautiful. The depth of field is very shallow. Her eyes are sharp. And I want to say this is Kodak Ektar as well. Look at this next one. This is a kind of more of a portrait format. And I mean, come on. Look, her head is in focus. Everything below her is just, you know, slightly out of focus. Enough for you to see a little bit of detail and just have your eyes wonder, you know, of the texture of her skin and things like that. And also the bokeh behind her is just amazing, in my opinion. You know, you might think otherwise, and that's okay. You know, this might not be a lens that you might like, and you know, that's okay. Everything's alright when it comes to differences. But just to show you again a little bit more of the bokeh, in this next picture, you know, you kind of see it in the glistening of the rocks and how the sun hits it, and also just the shallowness of the depth of field. I'm personally in love with these pictures. But you know, you may think otherwise, and that's great. You know, at least I helped you not choose this camera and this lens for you. And but again, it really has to do more with the lens. The camera, you know, in my opinion, can be is a universal tool when it comes to film photography. The lens is really what makes it shine, or what breaks, you know, the photo. Also, you know, composition, lighting, and things like that I explained earlier. But here's some examples. You asked for them. Here they are. If you have any questions, you know, please feel free to let me know. I'm thinking about doing a little overview on the Nikon FG or the F100. I've yet to use them, and I want to use them. So if you guys request one or the other, or maybe even both, this would be a good excuse for me to use them. I have an engagement session February the 21st, and we're going to do that out by the docks here in Corpus Christi, Texas, which will be a lot of fun, and a really beautiful couple. You know, I'm really excited. They're really lovely. And do you guys have a preference of what y'all want me to use or anything like that? And I'll be more than happy then to show you, you know, those results. And I also had someone ask me, hey, you know, can you do a video of how you shoot with these cameras or with this certain camera? And I think they requested the Mamiya 645 Super. And can you make a video out of it, you know? And hey, yes, I'll do that. If you guys want that, you know, let me know. And again, you know, if you like and subscribe and comment, it really helps me know, you know, what you guys want, how I can tailor my content for you guys, so that way you can have, you know, things that you're curious about. And if I don't do it on a video, just email me, you know, or contact us or comment below, and I'll be sure to comment back and reply to you. Again, like and subscribe. Again, I'm Juan from Juan and Rebecca Photography. I'll leave my email and link in the description. And all right, I guess I'll say goodbye. Right now things are going good for us. I hope things are going great for y'all. Hope you guys are learning. Hope you guys are just receiving lots of blessings, you know, even outside of photography, you know, in family and things like that. All right, I've said enough. You guys have a good one. Later.